I was so looking forward to getting on some brickwork again, running in a bit on this wall. My little fucking slip is taking it from me. That joy is gone. I'm not looking forward to it anymore. I'm fucking dreading it. And first few courses at bloody footing level, oh my god, they're gonna be fucking hell. But gotta do what you gotta do when you got mouths to feed. Wish me luck. Anadin is my best friend right now. If you're listening, Anadin, and you want to sponsor me, you know where I am. Fucking killing me to do it, but standards high, as fucking always. Just how we like these blues, nice and wet. You gotta love it. So you see people put bricks, and they go like this, they go like that, like it's a scene at The Last Samurai, like 100 miles an hour, and it looks really impressive. They're going 10,000 miles an hour, yeah, good for you. But what then they do is, come close to this, they do this, and they sort of just knock the perp off, like that, yeah? See that? So you can see there's a hole there, can't you? So you're going to have to fill it when you come to point it. But then, people often say to me, oh, you ain't perked the back, right? Well, watch. Yeah? Yay! See, it's full, yeah? Now watch. Yeah, you can see it's full on the bottom. Now come round and show that it's a full perk, Lewis. So all these actions, like you have seen in The Last Samurai, it's wasted. Low, but it wasn't low. It was. So with the conditions, rain on and off all day, and me being a cripple, ain't none too bad, I suppose. This is what you call commitment, boys. So I've done lots of walls before, and I've put them up on my socials, and people said, oh, how'd you get the sweep, how'd you work it out, and so on and so forth. And since people have asked me, I've not had the opportunity. But today, the wall I'm building, we got to come from one level and go up and over. So I'm going to do that today, and I'll do a video on it for people that are interested and people that have asked me previous. It's not quite the same because it's not got a brick on edge on. It's got just a brick lead, you know, well, it's just a solid blue, just lead across the 9-inch like the rest of the wall, so I can only match the detail. And it's got a tile crease under it as well, so I've got to do something a bit fancy to try and get that going round without being a too sort of 50p like, but should be a good video.
Alright, you got Lloyd's work?
Hello.
You got this shit work.
Yeah, I know, he stuck me behind the edge. He said my work's rough. It's better behind this edge. So I'm stuck with the overhand stuff. But never mind.
Never mind.
He's on the London side. Wet blues again. Lloyd's loving them. He says he can't get enough of them. Says he wishes this all he ever led. He's fucking living the dream down there, look.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I missed the joint there. A lot of people they point in too wet, like for any little holes, and then they go to the board and they put wet muck in the hole, and then what that does, it smears the harris. Not a good idea. Not a very good idea at all, brother. But if you fill your joints correctly, like that, your beds and your perps, I mean there's a little hole there, I think the stone must have come out. You don't actually do any filling, do you?
Yeah.
And that's the idea of it. To get your brickwork, so you don't need to do any filling. I mean, obviously there's going to be times, awkward areas or whatever, you know. But I mean, them blues are going to leave them. Look, you can see how wet they are. They're clean, so it's when it's gone off a bit, it'll be spot on. But I'll probably come back, say 9 o'clock tonight. Delightful. So I promised a video yesterday on the sweep. You know, how to do the sweep on the wall, or my way, the best way that I know. And I did it. I've done the video, cut it all out and all the rest of it. You probably saw my story, but when I went through the video, even I couldn't fucking get head and tail of it. I think I would have just confused you, because obviously when you've got it in your head, you know how you do all the actions and do all the motions and all the rest of it, and you just think, you know what you're doing, so you don't have to think about it. But obviously when I'm trying to demonstrate to other people, I've got to be a bit clearer, which I thought I was, but obviously I wasn't. But I'm going to do it again, and I've simplified it in my head and know how to do it by step, so it'll be coming today. So I've cut a line straight through, but make sure, if you've got the guys on the wall there, 525, make sure that you've got half the 525 plus a bit just for the margin. So I cut a line through initially, yeah, the centre point is there. And if I measure 525 along the line, that's what I know I'm raising by, 525, and then you get your centre point there. So then what I did with this, just so you know the on the next one. So that there now is a 525 diameter, because I halved it to find the centre. And I knew what it was first due to the fact that obviously this is 525, so if I go from that point where the circle is and along this line, I know that that's going to be my centre line there. You know the process again. This is your bottom bar. So then if you look, that'll be your sweep. That'll come along, down and back flat. Like that, you see. That's the way you are now. But what you need to allow for now as well is you've got to allow for the tile. Because we've got a tile crease and a flat brick. It's not a brick on edge, it's a flat brick. So obviously you've got your 65 and your 50, which is 125 plus your 10mm joint, 115 plus your 10mm joint will be your 125. So now this needs to be lengthened to this point by 125. So I'm going to make this 125 from the centre point. So I'm going to use this batten now. So we know we've got 263. Or you could do it this way. You know your centre point there. So what you can do is you can add 125 there. There, and I know my centre point is there, because that's where the hole was on the line. So now what I do, go all the way through, find the centre point. I need to reduce it by 125 in that centre line. But because I've already got where the point meets, I can now just take my trammel length, that length, to do the bottom of the sweep. So now I know that is my centre point there, like so. Notice I've got a little divot in there for the lead. Now that is my complete sweep. Now the next thing to do is you've got the centre point, you've got a straight line. So my old square was in the van, the other van, so I've got a new one, but no arm. Now if you square that line off there, yeah, like that, you know you're a right angle, and you know this is a quarter, yeah, so now you can work out your book, well then, kind of well, so this brick will be lead flat around there like so, yeah, with a tile creasing around. So obviously what I want to do is I want to find out what my wedges to get round comfortable with a nice joint, because it's quite tight. Now if I went round like that, it would look like a 50p, wouldn't it? And it just wouldn't look right. So what I've got to do is work out how many I want in that segment, which is a quarter of a circle. So if I take my overall diameter, overall radius, and then obviously I'm trying to do. So you've got 380 mil there to the top. So if you do 380 twice, 760, and then you do 760 times by pi, which is 3.14, and then you divide that by 4, and then that'll give you your overall length from there to there on that radius. I'm going to have to switch you off for a second and use the calculator, because not even I can do that.
Good.
Right, so by that calculation you would have seen that I've done. We know our voussoir is 66. 66, but obviously bearing in mind we've got a minus joint. But we're going to mark it at 66, and we're going to cut them at 59, so we get a 7mm joint, because obviously with the cutting you can get a little inaccuracy. You know, we're only human and all that. So with the inaccuracy, if you allow for 7 and you cut it slightly out, you ain't going to have a big whopper. You know, that's my philosophy in life. I have to switch that round. 66. And then if I'm any good, that'll be 66. Oh, it's done it! I'm not a complete twat, you know. Right, so now what I'm doing, these will be our voussoirs, but they're not quite a voussoir. It's not the same quite as an arch, because it's the brick on edge like that. So that'll be cut there, and that'll be the tile crease. can go the opposite way, and that gives me the template. Right now. To keep all that intact now, I'm just going to cut this former off for me. Keep that intact, that gives you all the information you need for your cuts above. So now with this template I've got, I can fix this when we're going to take the profiles down. That gives me the fixed position. Now I've cut this long so that where my roll comes out, which is on that line there, I can work out that I work a full brick. If not, I can shuffle it this way or that way to suit. I can either cut a bit off there to go closer, which I think you need a little bit of a flat to go in. You don't really want it to go straight in on the angle. So it's probably more likely going to be pulled this way a bit, just to have a bit of a smooth. And then you can work out the ends of your brick, where the end of the brick will go in relation to that line there, you see. Right. So what I've done now, look, I've put the board up there, the template, and I put screws in so that every time I take it away and put it back up again, it's always going to be in that same fixed position. And then I'll just use a clamp for the top. But then if I put that against some screws, look, it's always going to be in the same position, so I know where I'm going with it, yeah? Frustrating is not the word. Started doing this and it started to fucking piss down, innit? So I finished it tomorrow, but you can see where it's going. There she is. She's done. Well, other than pointing. These Staffordshire blues though, these solid ones, are so hard to cut. I must have cut about 3 for every brick I got in there to try and get them neat and tidy without chips. But I think it looks nice. The cost of a man's art, £9, just pointing up now, but it'll be worth it. So we've just done a little bit of cleaning with a scouring pad just to get any little marks off with a bit of water. But she's finished the article now, all done, tidied away, cleaned. We've got that board up there because there's a drip from the gutter, and even 2 or 3 days later it'll still penetrate the joint. So I'm just going to leave that for a while. A few bits. Well, that's the front. This is the front side, the client side, and this is the neighbour side.